And we are back. Our interview with Roy Jones Jr. went so well, we actually made it a two-parter. So tonight and right now, we are going to continue the second part of our interview with boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. Now, the 1988 Olympics, Park Si-hoon. This was in Seoul, South Korea.
Yep.
He was Korean. Up to this point, you get to that point where this is the finals for the gold medal. You had gone through all the other fighters, didn't even lose a round, right? Not even a round.
Nope, not one.
Then you have to fight him. And I think I'm looking here, the hit count was 86 to 32. You had landed 86 to his 32. And everybody who has eyeballs, who saw this, knew that you had clearly won this. And then you end up, they end up giving the decision to him. Two of those three judges are now banned for life?
I think three of them.
All three of them?
Yeah, all three that gave him the fight got banned for life.
I was trying to think about rip-offs in sports. That one and the Saints.
Here's a better thing, though. Okay, with the Saints is hard because you have to make the call right there, spur of the moment. That's why they're working on so much replay, right? And it's hard for them to go back and say, okay, we got to take this Super Bowl back from New England and let the Saints replay their game first, then come back and let them play the winner of that game first. And you can't ultimately put those same circumstances back into play. So it's hard to say, and it wasn't the finals. It was in the playoffs, right?
The playoffs.
This was the finals.
They could make this right.
You feel me?
They could still to this day make it right.
That's what I'm saying. You banned judges, so you're proving everybody was wrong. So why don't you go fix the whole thing?
Yeah, and
if
just
you banned the judges, you banned them for a reason.
Give the man his gold medal and
so go fix it. Get the man his gold medal. Let's move forward.
Put an asterisk on the other guy.
Do you feel me?
Does that event give you even additional drive when you come out to go pro?
Oh yes, oh yes.
So now you got to prove something too, right?
Well, you know, it's like I always tell people, God works in mysterious ways. When I was robbed, I felt like I was just gonna stop boxing. I got back to Pensacola and saw all the little kids that were on my boxing team, and the looks in their eyes, they're like, you don't give up, you giving up? I could just see, they had to say it, I could see it in their eyes. I was like, dang it, man. And then I started thinking too, how can I, of all people, go around doing speeches telling kids that when times get hard, you don't give in to those hard times, you go harder than you ever went before. If I'm gonna give up because I got robbed. So I lost that vote. But I did say to myself right then, you know what, when I come back, I'm gonna prove to them not only that I was the best at the Olympics, because they gave me the Val Barker Cup for most outstanding boxer at the Olympics. Yeah. So now I gotta prove to y'all, not only was I the best at the Olympics, but I'm the best on the planet. So that definitely fueled my fire.
When you fight, there's a sound that everybody hears. The where did that I don't hear with any other boxer.
Right.
Is that arm movement, fist movement? Is that your mouth? What
it's
is
your mouth?
It's your mouth. Is that part of the intimidation factor? Because it makes you sound fast? Where is that? Your breathing? What is that?
Breath is breath control. If you don't have breath control, you can't do nothing in boxing. A lot of guys tried, a lot of guys do it different ways. And I got a guy I'm training here right now. And when he first came, the first thing I told him was, however you start breathing in round one, is how you're gonna breathe the whole night, because what he does is, from watching him before, and I said something about it even when he fought, when I hear him start going, and you don't start at the round 5, I know something wrong. You're getting fatigued and you're starting to let it show because it's showing your breathing. Me, like you said, you hear that same that you hear from round 1 to round 12. It don't change. Him, he changes. So if you change it, that's telling me as an opponent, something wrong with you.
People don't realize how physically exhausting boxing really is, because you'd go, at the end of 3 rounds, I'd be just wiped.
Most people can't go 3 rounds.
I mean, it took a year.
I've seen marathon runners run 26 miles a day and can't go 1 round.
So when you guys go in there and you go 12, and with the amount of...
Very taxing on your body.
Of all your fights and wins, which one would you say was probably the sweetest?
It's hard to say, man, because there's I guess it's like a life story. There's a start, there's a finish, and there's an ending. The startup one would have been James Toney. because that's when I stepped on the scene and beat the man who was the man. You know what I say? In order to be the man, you got to beat the man. James Turner was the man. I smashed the man, and that was big for me because that put me as the man. You understand me? So in '94, I became the man. That was my first one. That's the most important because that was the launch of my career. Midways in my career, when they robbed me against Montel Griffin, and I had to come back and show that they gave me a loss for no reason, because had they not given me that loss, I probably still wouldn't have a loss right now. But when they disqualified me.
Was that the one where he dropped to a knee?
Yeah, and they disqualified me. And I was pretty pissed off about that. So when I came back, I said, I'm just gonna fight that last round over. I'm sure how to fight that last round in round one. And that's exactly what I did. So that was very gratifying, satisfying to me, because I did exactly what I said I was gonna do. And I told him he had quit in the first fight. But this time I'm gonna make him quit. This time I'm gonna put him down where he can't quit. His body ain't gonna let him go on no more. And that's what I did. The last but not least, at the end of my career, my heyday, when I fought John Ruiz in 2003, that was like the biggest historic accomplishment of my whole career, because nobody ever started fighting professional as a dream middleweight and became heavyweight champ of the world. But that goes to show you, when you trust in God, the sky's the limit. You never know what God has in store for you. And that was my biggest testimony of my whole career. And that was probably the ultimate win of my career.
Virgil Hill. You knocked him out with a body blow? I don't hear a lot about that. Is that because it doesn't get as much hype as a traditional knockout, or is it because it's just much more rare to actually have that happen?
It's much more rare. Not many guys knock guys out with body shots. I do, but not many do.
that was just...
And truthfully speaking, what was so rare about it
You heard it.
very rarely, you heard it, but very rarely you see two big-time athletes and one of the big-timers get dropped and get stopped from a body shot. This doesn't happen that way. But the one Bernard hit Oscar with, you didn't hear. But he stayed down there like you heard it for a year. But I ain't hear nothing. So, you never can tell. But,